What up? Try, Reg, Ashley, that
What's
ain't
good?
rap. Talking about I wanted to do this episode about the like classic soundtracks, but it don't have to be like from one genre. You know, like I didn't want it to just limit it to like just hip hop, best hip hop soundtracks or whatever. I feel like there's other great soundtracks outside of rap. So it could be R&B or rock or jazz, whatever. I just wanted to like just compile like our 10 best soundtracks of like all time. And I was planning on doing this episode like a long time ago. And we never got a chance to do it. So I want to do it now, you know, without writing any notes or anything. You know what I'm saying? So um I guess I'll start it off like I feel like this soundtrack is it goes unnoticed, and I think it was a real dope soundtrack to the a classic black exploitation movie from the 70s. Um, I'm talking about 1974 Stax Records Tough Guys,
Ooh,
Guys album.
ooh.
Isaac Hayes, rest in peace to him. You know, the joints like the title theme for the movie and Randolph and Dearborn, and also this album has a very famous sample from "Hung Up on My Baby." That's the sample the Ghetto Boys used for uh "My Mom Playing Tricks on Me." You know, that was the big hit from the '90s, and this was a great soundtrack. I haven't seen the movie because I looked for the movie on Fire Stick, but they don't have the movie, so I gotta like try to find it somewhere else to watch it. I never seen the movie before,
Me
but
neither.
definitely a dope soundtrack.
Yes, sir. All right. So my soundtrack is also a Black Quotations
Okay,
movie. It's Curtis Mayfield with Superfly,
nice.
1972. Um, I've talked about this album plenty of times on my channel.
Right.
Very dope album. You know, Curtis Mayfield, rest in peace to him.
Yes.
Definitely did his thing with this album. You know, nice funky grooves, soulful vibes, and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's a gangster album, but it has a lot of social commentary as well too.
Right.
Like Pusha Man talking about the life of a drug dealer and shit like that.
Right.
Um, No Thing on Me, the cocaine song. I love that beat to it. Then
Yeah.
you got Freddie's Dead. I mean, the original Superfly, man, the soundtrack just pretty much made this movie and shit. So
Oh yeah.
Curtis Mayfield,
Have,
Superfly, 1972.
have you gotten a chance to see the reboot, the remake one?
I'm gonna see it very soon because my friend gave me
I
the DVD.
I saw it. I didn't like it though. I
Oh,
don't like that guy is he doesn't embody nothing about Ron O'Neal or Superfly. Nothing. I didn't care for it.
oh shit.
Have you seen it, Ash?
I've seen a part of it, but I never watched the whole thing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't care for it.
mm.
So now I'm scared watching it, but okay.
I mean, you might like it, Reg. I don't. It's like they tried to update. You know, they tried to update it for today's generation, but
Yeah,
I didn't care for it.
Right.
yeah, I've never seen the whole thing, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only have a few soundtracks, but
Okay. That's cool.
this one, right here, from Waiting to
Oh,
Exhale.
that's a dope soundtrack.
Oh, damn.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. That's on my list too.
Oh
So
yeah. I thought about adding
Yep.
that one to my list also, but I'm like I thought maybe Reg or you would have it though. But that's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah. Even though I've seen the movie a lot, and I don't know too
Yeah.
many men who watched it
Right.
because I think it's low
I
key a
mean
chick. But yeah,
right. I'm a movie head, so I watch a lot.
yeah.
I watch a lot of different movies. I don't just subject myself to like action or horror, you know.
right.
Okay.
And it was dope. Like I think my favorite song on there would be like the Whitney song, the Shoop song, and Mary J. Blige Not Gonna Cry.
Yeah,
Those were
yeah,
dope. That was definitely like my favorite song.
yeah. I know that there was one song off that soundtrack. Why does it hurt so bad? Whenever I
Right.
heard that, I always
Yeah.
end up crying in the middle of it. I'm like, dang.
Um,
Yeah, like I ended up crying in the middle of the song while it was playing. I'm like, oh,
channeling
yeah,
channeling
that's
Whitney's character.
Damn.
which whose
Oh,
character?
Whitney. I forgot her name. What was her name in the movie?
Whose
I
character?
forgot her name in the movie. Whitney Houston.
What Whitney's?
Yeah.
I can look it up. Hold on.
Savannah.
Savannah. Okay.
Whitney was Savannah.
Damn, I ain't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, because Angela Bassett was Layla Rashawn was Robin, and of
Right.
course, Loretta Devine was Gloria.
That's right. That's right. Um. Yeah. Number nine for me. I went to see this movie like I forgot how old I was when this movie came out. I think I was like 12. But um definitely a great film. I wouldn't even call it a hood film. I think it was just a dope like crime drama. And definitely had a dope um soundtrack to go with it. 1990 New Jack Swing on Warner Brothers Records.
Okay.
Definitely enjoy this soundtrack. You got the famous "Color Me Bad" song, "I Want to Sex You Up," and "I'm Dreaming," Christopher Williams, and Johnny Gill is on here. You got "For the Love of Money" with Troop and Levert and Queen Latifah doing the rap. Definitely a great soundtrack. I've always loved it. I think it doesn't get enough recognition. I think like people remember the movie more than the soundtrack. But I think the soundtrack is definitely dope. Like early New Jack Swing for people. I love early New Jack Swing stuff. Definitely a great soundtrack.
All right. Yo, I definitely need to get my hands on that soundtrack though, because that soundtrack do got some heat.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my next choice is also another blaxploitation movie.
Mhm.
I have this album, but I gave it to my dad as a birthday present.
Right.
So it's Isaac Hayes with Shaft,
Oh.
1971, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah, man, this album right here
Oh,
is Isaac Hayes at his prime, in my opinion.
Right.
Everyone knows like the Shaft theme song. Everyone knows that theme song, and it was actually the best-selling album on Stax Records too.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, like it has classic shit like
Right.
Ellie's Love theme that Biggie sampled that one.
Yes.
Soulsville, Do Your Thing. All my Big Daddy Kane heads should know about that one.
Oh yeah.
Like this is some dope soulful shit. Like one of Isaac Hayes' best albums in my opinion too.
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I got another soundtrack from then of course favorite movies growing up as a kid, which I feel is timeless. And I low key really really the sequel's a bad idea at this point. Because it's been like 20 plus years later.
Oh no.
So Space Jam.
Oh, Space Jam.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, of course the title track from Quad City DJs, Fly Like an Eagle by Seal.
Yep.
And of course one of R. Kelly's big hits, I Believe I Can Fly, is on there. As well as the Monstars anthem that includes Busta Rhymes, Coolio, LL Cool J, and Method Man.
Yes.
Monica
Yep.
is on there. Yeah, and
Love that song.
Oh yeah.
yeah, a whole bunch of other stuff. If anyone is really like a big '90s kid at heart who loves Space Jam, the first one, I'm not gonna peep the second one when it drops. So there's no.
I was about to ask you that too.
So don't ask me. Don't ask me for nothing about that.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
LeBron James, man.
Cause y'all messing
God.
it up.
It's not gonna be the same. I just have
Y'all
a
end up
feeling
messing it up.
God.
Why can't he just leave
Yeah.
shit alone?
For real, yo. Like why? Why are you touching? They don't need a sequel. They should, if anything, they should have done a sequel like years ago, but not with LeBron. You know, crazy.
Oh no.
Uh,
Just
Fucking LeBron James.
My number eight, I got I went to see this film in the summer.
Oh no.
Summer block. You know what I'm saying? It's a summer blockbuster film. I think it has a great soundtrack. You know, a lot of good artists on here. I think it's one of this man's best films. I'm talking about Men in Black. Men in Black soundtrack, 1997, Columbia Records. You know, me and Reg talked about this doing a review for this soundtrack too. You know, Just Cruisin's on here. Men
Yeah.
in Black. You got Nas with Escobar 97. Um, The Roots and D'Angelo on here. Alicia Keys, Genuine. Thought it was a great soundtrack. Definitely a classic soundtrack. I played the soundtrack a lot uh, when it came out, so definitely had to have it on this countdown.
Oh yeah, man. Fucking classic movie. Like the first two Men in Blacks. That's all I need right now. I don't care
Oh
about
yeah,
anything
definitely.
else.
I love the first two. The third one I didn't really care for. I know there was like like Tommy Lee Jones wasn't really in that one, but the
Nah,
first two to me were like the best ones.
facts, facts. Okay, so this one might be a surprise to some people.
Uh,
This is not hip hop. Is
See, Men
you said what?
in Black International.
yeah, that came out this summer.
Yeah, I didn't care. I'm not really gonna care for that
Yeah,
one.
it was okay. I mean, like they kept the same theme within the movie, but like the chemistry with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, I didn't really like feel like the chemistry between them.
For real. Shit. But anyway, yeah, this one might be a surprise to some people.
Uh-huh.
It's fuck, the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack,
Ooh, that's a good one.
1977. Now you guys should know I'm not like the biggest disco fan like that,
Right.
but
Right.
certain disco albums, artists I like.
Uh-huh.
The Bee Gees, even though they're not really a disco artist, a lot of people need to remember that they were not originally disco. But let's
Right.
be real, they ran the genre.
Oh yeah.
And the
I
fucking
agree.
and shit.
Definitely. We definitely need to discuss some of their stuff at some point.
Facts.
You know, I got like one or two of their albums on vinyl. So
Facts. And you know the movie Saturday Night Fever, that one is movie with John Travolta.
right.
Pretty solid movie. It's been a while since I've actually seen that movie in full. I
Yeah.
remember we used to always play it on VH1 Classic and shit like that before it
Yeah.
became MTV Classic. You know, classic songs like Staying Alive, which
Yes.
all my Wyclef fans should know about that one.
Oh yeah.
Night Fever, Boogie
Yeah.
Shoes.
I love that.
Yes, fucking If I Can't Have You by Yvonne Elliman. Oh
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Like very dope soundtrack. Don't Let the Disco Fool You. It's actually good disco.
Right.
Very good disco. So BG Saturday Night Fever.
Actually, I had that on. I have it on CD, but I had it on vinyl. But I can't find the vinyl. I don't know where I put it at, but
Oh,
seem to lost it though. But yeah, I love that song. And You Should Be Dancing. That's one of my favorites on here too.
oh yes.
Love that song.
Dancing.
Oh yeah,
That should go hard though.
for real. Ashley, what you got?
She said, I think her
Yeah.
camera froze.
The
No, I hear it.
the Dreamgirls soundtrack from the 2007 remake.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that was a dope soundtrack.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
This
That was
came
a
out
good
in
movie.
07. Yeah.
Right. Jennifer Hudson did her thing in that movie. She was a good actress.
Oh yeah, man. She killed that shit.
She killed
Definitely.
it. She killed
I
it.
thought
Yep.
Beyonce was good too. Yeah, I thought Beyonce was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Number seven.
Yeah, number 7.
Number seven. I got now this soundtrack. I actually love the soundtrack more than the movie, but I know the movie was was at the time it was unprecedented because it had like a lot of cameos and everything. But I actually liked the soundtrack more than the movie. 1993, Who's the Man? That love
Oh,
Dr. Dre. Um, I had gotten this actually this past summer because I never bought the soundtrack when it came out, and I was fortunate enough to get a copy, and I think it's one of the best. Like the Jodeci song "Let's Go Through the Motions" that was a single, and of course Mary J. Blige, "You Don't Have to Worry." I think that was the first single over here. Um, you got Who's the Man track with House of Pain. That was another single. Eric Sermon hitting switches. That was another single. Um, just a dope soundtrack. On Uptown MC Records, the famous label that they're doing a biopic on next year on BET. They're doing a like a 3-part miniseries on the label.
that's gonna
So I definitely hope they mention like the soundtrack or something. But definitely a classic soundtrack.
fact. All right, so this is a pretty famous soundtrack, so I'm just gonna show it.
Oh God, of course.
Yes, Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain, 1984. I mean, need I say more? This album soundtrack is very groundbreaking, revolutionary, and shit like that.
Right.
The movie, Prince's best movie, bar none.
I agree. Definitely.
Yeah, cause like just the songs alone, like "Darling Nikki,"
Yeah.
"When Doves Cry," "Beautiful Ones." Hell, the B
Oh yeah.
sides too, like "Weak and Funk," "17 Days." I mean, this whole album is just sonically one of his best albums and shit like that. If
Right.
you guys haven't seen the movie, you must see the movie. I mean, some of the acting might be a little cringeworthy on some part, but at the time it's a very dope movie and shit.
But
It's,
I mean like on whose part? Like I mean, 'cause I thought like for Prince, like for his first movie, I thought he knocked it out the park.
I mean, Prince did his thing. I'm talking about
Mm.
mostly from Apollonia,
Apollonia, right?
Apollonia.
Morris Day.
This, no, Morris did his thing.
Oh,
Morris,
is it?
Morris was one of the best parts.
True.
But certain people, certain actors was just. It was certain scenes was kind of.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna have to talk about that movie one day, like in
Oh
depth
yeah,
and shit,
for
because
sure. That
I
one's
like
cool.
the movie, but certain scenes, like I didn't. This might be a shot. I didn't care for that sex scene, that weird ass sex scene and shit. When she just came in the fucking window with the fucking
Mhm.
guitar, they had
Right.
that really cheesy ass that instrumental of God. Next thing you know it, she's like, "I'm joining Morris's group." He just slaps the shit. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm joining this.
Because that was the enemy, so that was like his rival.
Yeah,
He
like
didn't.
oh,
That was like his girlfriend at the time. Even though yeah, I don't think he like was really claiming her yet. But that was like like how could you do that to me? You're joining the other side. So I understood why he did it, but I was like that was like out of nowhere, like that slap. I was like, wow,
she was like, just leave me alone.
that was bad. Mm. That acting was bad.
Mm, just leave me alone.
Oh God. Mm. Crazy. But that's definitely a classic movie. I love that film.
Same.
Ash, you got any more?
Yeah, I got this one soundtrack
Uh,
here from that was once out of an underrated Disney movie, but it was based on a true story. This college
right.
basketball team, Texas Western College.
Uh, right. I never heard of that.
What's it
I'm
called?
not sure if y'all seen that movie, Glory Road.
Glory Road? Nah, I never heard of that.
I've
Glory
heard the
Road.
name once or twice.
I gotta check that out. It's about a
Yeah, I
college
even
basketball
have the
team.
movie on DVD, but
Okay.
yeah, college basketball team from the 1960s,
Right.
the basketball coach was Don Cast at
I gotta check that
and
out.
led them to team victory for them.
Right. I gotta check that.
Was
Okay. Okay.
Elliott Jackson, the Tours Isley brothers,
I see.
Otis Redding.
Okay.
That's real soul music right there.
For real.
You know. I gotta check that Glory Road. All right. We up to what, 6, 7?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let me see. Um, oh yeah, we up to 6. Okay. Number 6 for me, another 93 soundtrack. More West Coast sounding on this soundtrack. The movie's one of the best hood films considered by a lot of people. I thought it was a good film. Talking about Menace II Society on
Yes.
Jive Records. Another soundtrack that I got this over this past summer. Never bought it. Um, The Trigger Got No Heart by Spice One, classic song.
Wow.
Um, You've Been Played by Smooth. That was a single off of here. Gorillas and Gangsters, the Lynch Mob, Straight Up Menace, my favorite song from MC8. Great song. Brand Nubian is on here as well. Pete Rock and Seal Smooth, but it was mostly West Coast. Definitely a West Coast classic soundtrack. Yeah, definitely have to put this on my list.
Shit, man. Like that whole soundtrack is cold as fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely a dope soundtrack.
Yeah, man. All right. So this next soundtrack is might be a little surprise to some people, but I've always had a special place in my heart for this one.
Right.
It's Prince and the Revolution with the
Man,
Parade soundtrack,
I
aka
love that.
Under the Cherry Moon.
Yes.
Now, the movie sucked.
Yes, it did.
The movie sucked, like,
Hmm.
but the album saved the movie.
Yes, I agree.
Like, and I gotta be real. Most of my love from this album came a little bit after Prince died, a little bit. So, cause I never really listened to the album in full until after he died and shit.
Right.
So you had classic songs like Christopher Tracy's Parade. Little Story, like the first 3 songs have basically the same drum beat, pretty much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I think what had happened was they liked the drum beat. They just did 3 songs on it. 'Cause I think it was like a studio issue or
Right.
some shit.
Right.
Of course, this is the album with the song Kiss.
Yes.
Sometimes It Snows in April.
Mm.
Another Lover in Your Head. Like, I love this fucking soundtrack. It's so
yeah.
funky and jazzy. Very different from what you used to from Prince at that time, but it's
Oh
Prince.
yeah. Boys and Girls and Mountains. Those 2 of my favorite songs on here.
For real.
I love those tracks. And
I wish that B-side, I think it was Love or Pussy or Money. I wish that was on this album too, though.
yeah, that's an underrated album to me.
Very underrated.
Definitely. Actually, yeah.
I think she's having issues though.
Ash, can you hear us? I don't hear.
I hear a little static going on.
I don't hear her at all. I see her, but I don't hear her.
This is another I don't think
Okay.
none of y'all heard of. It came out back in 06.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What's it called?
Stick It. What is that? Never heard of that.
I heard of that movie. I
Can
heard
you
of
hear
that
me now?
movie.
What is it about?
Stick It.
Yeah.
Stick It.
I'm afraid to ask. What is that movie about?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's about this one chick
Mhm.
that gets in trouble with the law, and she either has
Right.
two choices. She either had to go or she had gymnastics to avoid jail time or whatever. So,
Right.
um,
Stick it.
who's on the soundtrack? I haven't played it in so long. Missy
Uh,
Elliott's on here. Talib Kweli.
what?
I don't have any more,
Wow.
but I have like on a certain list that I
Right.
want to get. Yeah.
And I never heard of that. Missy Elliott and Talib with Blink-182. Never heard of that soundtrack.
Mm.
That's crazy. I gotta check that out now. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. I
Yeah,
got that.
I might need to check that out too.
Huh?
I might need to check that out too, low key.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like a '90s type of film.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it came out in 06.
Stick it.
Oh, 06? Okay. I thought it was like 90
Yeah.
because I seen the guy on the cover. I'm like, he looked like he was from the '90s, like from High Fidelity or something.
That was a girl.
Oh, that was a woman. Oh, my bad. Wow,
Yes.
did not know that.
Oh wow.
What female actress is that though on the cover? I thought it was a guy.
I forgot her class.
I gotta check that movie. I never saw him. We up to number 5. Yeah. Number 5, I have what Rich had on his list earlier, Saturday Night Fever.
Yes.
Definitely classic. Like I said, like You Should Be Dancing, one of my favorites on
Yeah,
here.
and I have that movie in my closet.
Oh, you got this on DVD? Definitely love it, man. Classic. This one of the best John Travolta movies ever.
For real. Back when John Travolta
Which
was
is what I
this.
Oh, okay. Definitely a solid soundtrack. Captures the disco era perfectly on this. Definitely love it. Definitely have to have this on me. I gotta find the vinyl though. I don't know where I put it.
All right. That was a dope choice right there, man. Dope choice.
Yes.
This is the album that I've recently reviewed. It's the show soundtrack.
Oh yes, I had that on cassette.
Yeah, you told
Great
me.
soundtrack.
Unfortunately, this is the clean version. Unfortunately, but I had to get it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Certain albums I can get. I don't mind clean. Fuck it. But still.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The show is basically a hip hop documentary that was
Yeah.
made by Russell Simmons, at that time. One thing I loved about that documentary, he saw like East Coast rappers, Midwest, West Coast, South Coast, and
Right.
shit like that. Soundtrack consists of classics like Tupac, the original version of My Block,
Mm-hmm.
Redman and Method Man, How High,
Yes.
Onyx with Live Niggas, Bone Thugs, It's an Everyday Thing to Let
Oh
You
yeah.
know. It's like, oh man.
Fire.
Very dope soundtrack. And it also has some interludes and skits where rappers or have some experts or rappers talking in the movie and shit. So
Right.
yeah, very dope soundtrack to show. If you can find it, don't hesitate on getting a copy of this. This is like one of the most best well-rounded hip-hop soundtracks in history.
I agree. Definitely. I used to play that soundtrack like almost every day, man. Like Glammy and Glitz, that was one of my favorites on there.
Ooh, yep.
And the pop joint on My Block, and just a great soundtrack, man. And the documentary was just as dope too. Like to see Warren G like going on tour with his artists like Neb Love and the Five Footers, and I thought it was dope, man. Definitely.
Facts.
Ashley, you got any more?
I think she said she was good though.
You good? All right. Number we up to 4. Number 4 for me. Rich had this on his list as well. 1972 Superfly soundtrack. Love it. Classic soul music right here. Definitely one of the best Curtis Mayfield. I know me and Reg just talked about a couple of his albums like last year. I think we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. Like you said, Freddie's dead, and Give Me Your Love, Eddie, You Should Know Better. Classic soundtrack. The movie is classic. Definitely gotta. For people that haven't checked out Curtis Mayfield, definitely start with one of these albums. Right here. Definitely a classic soundtrack. And I like the little fold, like the little fold that folds out with the track listing and shit, and the album credits. Definitely a dope album soundtrack.
Hey, try.
Yeah,
I got a bonus pick since we're talking about Curtis Mayfield. I got
yeah.
a one Curtis Mayfield project I do want to show you. Hold on.
Okay.
So this album is for all of my like diehard
Um,
Curtis Mayfield heads and shit like that.
right.
This is soundtrack 2.
Oh shit, I never seen that.
Yeah, this is the Aretha Franklin Sparkle, not the new
Not the
Sparkle,
smoking. Oh,
the OG version.
wow.
This was released in 1976. The movie sucks.
Of
I'm
course
just
it
gonna put
did.
it out there. The original version sucked, but the soundtrack is fire though. Like
Right.
Hooked on Your Love, I Get High. Yeah, Aretha had a
Mm.
song called I Get High. So
Oh wow.
of course
I got you.
something he can feel, which in my opinion, I always
Oh,
prefer the end vogue. You said what? I always prefer the En Vogue version more and shit like that.
Right.
I think
Is she hearing this late or something?
she's hearing us late. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much like an honorable mention, just to throw it
Right.
out there and stuff like that. Of course,
Oh,
the
true.
album is out of print, so if y'all can find it, must have in your collection. This is Aretha Franklin Sparkle. All my diehard Curtis Mayfield fans should own this one.
I got an honorable mention before I do my top three. Like I was saying earlier, like about this album. I don't know if it's a soundtrack, but 2002 State Property soundtrack or album. I know it came out at the same time as the movie. I think it's a great album that nobody mentions, and came out on Rockefeller.
Yep.
At the height of Beanie Sigel career, and Freeway and the Young Gunners and Oskino and Sparks. This is before PD Crack. Definitely a great album, soundtrack or not. So I just wanted to mention that. 'Cause I wasn't sure if I was gonna put it in my count list or whatever.
I
You know.
actually would consider that a soundtrack.
Oh, okay, it is okay. I mean, 'cause I wasn't sure. I mean, 'cause I know like sometimes people do albums for like movies, but it's not really. Like American Gangster, people say it's not really a soundtrack.
Are you talking about a Jay-Z album
Yeah,
or
the Jay-Z album.
yeah, now that's not a soundtrack.
That's not a sound. Okay.
Nah.
So I wasn't sure if the State Property album is a soundtrack or not. Number three for me would be Prince Batman. Love this
Ooh,
album. I love this album. Definitely one of my favorite Prince albums ever. For him to do like the whole soundtrack for like a based on a comic book character, a popular comic book character like Batman, and Scandalous, one of my favorite songs, and Party Man, Bat Dance with that long ass video. Definitely a classic soundtrack. The bad thing about it is I remember I had originally got this soundtrack on cassette back in the day, but I had bought the cassette single for Bat Dance. On the cassette single for Bat Dance, there was a song called 200 Balloons. And 200 Balloons is not on this album. It's only on I know it's on the B-sides joint, I think.
yeah.
And I was kind of mad. I was like, I thought 200 Balloons was gonna be on here, but still a great soundtrack, one of my favorites ever. Definitely, it's still in print because I got this off of Amazon back in February. So definitely pick it up. It was like $3 on here. Great soundtrack.
Yeah, Loki. Yeah, Loki, man. People be sleeping on that Batman soundtrack and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think that's because the fact that the Batman franchise, they hold the licensing of those songs. So Prince can only perform like a rarity of those songs like on tours and stuff
Right.
like that. Like
Oh,
I think he
didn't know
performed Bat Dance once. I think he performed Scandalous rarely, but
that. Right.
yeah, that's one thing I
And
just recently.
And I also discovered there's also a scandalous. He made an EP out of the song. It's like a scandalous EP with like
Yeah,
different variations of the song.
that shit's fire though.
I gotta check that. I found that out like on YouTube like months ago. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, man.
But they're definitely a great soundtrack.
Facts. All right. Where am I at? I got
Yeah,
about
yeah. Number 3.
number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My number 3 choice, I'm gonna have to say, is Menace II Society.
Yes.
So,
Classic.
I'm not gonna speak too much about this shit, but this right here is a very dope soundtrack.
Yes.
A lot of grimy ass gangster rap, not just gangster rap, but he also has some alternative rap shit. Like I just gotta find it interesting how Brand Nubian and P Rock and CL Smooth were like an album with like Too Short and MC8.
Yeah.
You also have Boogie Down Productions. Well, realistically, KRS One with the P is still free, which
Right.
now is also on the Return of the Boom Bap album.
Right.
Classic album.
Oh yeah.
Trigger Got No Heart with Spice One.
Classic.
What's my shit? What's my Straight Up Menace with MC8?
I love that. Love that beat.
That's actually what got me into MC8, believe it or not.
Same. Me too. Definitely.
Oh,
Oh, for that song, I just seen the video all the time on Rap City. Definitely.
and then you got Brand Nubian with Lick Them Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Which the remix was on the Everything Is Everything album, which
Right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I fuck with that album hard.
Like that.
A lot of people hate on that album and shit, but once I get a copy, I'm gonna do a live review on that one. Cause I want to break it down. But
Okay.
yeah, man, very dope, very very dope album and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like this album should still be in print. So yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I don't. It might be. It might be still in print. Yeah.
Cause I want to say Respect the Classics. I know they re-released this album a year back ago.
That's true. Number 2 for me, definitely love this film. A hood classic. Love this soundtrack as well. I remember like my like giving my mom the money to go to the record store to buy it while I was at school, and coming home and couldn't wait to hear it, and you know, just a classic film. And I'm talking about 91's Juice.
Ooh,
Rest in peace, Tupac.
that's my number 2 too, man.
Bishop. I mean, that's all you gotta say. Bishop was just an evil nigga, man, and you know the way that he did his friends dirty was just like, man. We have a lot of bishops out in the world. It's just a crazy. It was just a crazy movie, and I loved it, and I still watch it to this day.
Fact.
Love the soundtrack. I believe the soundtrack came out on New Year's of '91, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, New Year's Eve of '91. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, cause I remember getting it that January of the new year or whatever, and you know, you got of course the classic Evergreen Rakim, Know the Ledge, and Naughty by Nature, Uptown Anthem, which is not on. Originally was not on the first Naughty album. It was like a bonus. They added it late on the reissue or whatever.
Yeah, they reissued the album. Yep.
And you know, you got Big Daddy Kane, Enough Respect. That was a great song. And EPMD is Going Down. That's also on Business Done Personal. Cypress Hill, the Shoot 'Em Up joint, and just a classic soundtrack, man. I love it. Definitely top 3 hood films for me of all time. Love this soundtrack.
Bad. Yeah, man. That's actually my number 2 as well, the Juice soundtrack.
Okay.
First of all, shout out to Spotify for actually finally adding certain songs on this album on Spotify, because for a while this whole album was not on Spotify. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But that's for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, this soundtrack got everything. Like It got a good variety. Uptown Anthem by Naughty by Nature. That's like one of my favorite NBA songs of all time. And I actually do got the copy with the song too. So
dope.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
dope.
when it comes to my 3 top songs off this album, Big Daddy Kane's Enough Respect.
Yes.
I mean, and this was the same year this nigga dropped like Prince of Darkness and shit like that. I'm just like,
and I love that album. I love Prince of Darkness.
I love the album too and shit.
I think it gets shitted on. I know why, because of the R&B joints, but even without like Groove With It or Loving You, I think it's still a solid album.
For real, Float.
Oh yeah, Float. Crazy. We got to discuss that album.
Yeah, we can do a review on that one day.
Definitely.
Down for that. What else? We got It's Going Down by EPM motherfucking D. The way they flipped that Marvin Gaye I Want You sample.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Fire.
And this is another favorite track, Aaron Hall's Don't Be Afraid. The original version, not the
original?
Yes, not the trashy remix on the 93 self-titled or the 93 album.
I never heard that album from him.
Well, you never heard The Truth?
The Aaron Hall album?
Yeah, the Truth album, yeah.
I never heard that.
Oh shit! Oh, we might have to talk about that one because yeah, that album was cool. I didn't mind it, but the Don't Be Afraid remix, it had more of like a gangster rap kind of vibe to it, and I was not really a fan of it. He was trying to go for that, and it's kind of crazy too because he accused R. Kelly of stealing his style, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But
R. Kelly?
Yeah,
I don't see R. Kelly with I don't see no Aaron Hall and R. Kelly.
I might do a video on that, but it's a long story with that one. But yeah, the Juice soundtrack, man. This was a very dope soundtrack. Good mixture of New Jack Swing, gangster rap, R&B. Shoot 'em Up with Cypress Hill. That was a very dope cut right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very. I need to get my hands on the soundtrack, but I might get the reissue that came out.
Okay.
But be careful because certain soundtrack pressings they try to block Tupac's Bishop's gun and shit like that.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, be careful of that shit.
Yeah, because I remember like going to school and seeing like the posters in the subway, and they like when it came out, the original poster had like him with the gun or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they end up taking it off or whatever. So yeah, I forgot about that. Crazy. My number one, no introduction, Purple Rain. One of the best. This was my introduction to Prince. I know some other people, their introduction was before Purple Rain, but this was my introduction to Prince as a little kid. And I was like the only kid in school to go see the movie. Definitely loved it. I stayed at this album cover for hours, and I mean, it ain't too much you can say about it. Definitely a classic movie, classic soundtrack. I love it. That's my number one. I had to put it on there. Both Prince soundtracks actually I put on there, so I love it, man.
I feel you. All right, so when it comes to my number one, it's not necessarily like my favorite soundtrack, but this one is a controversial choice because it's not a soundtrack to a movie.
Right.
Well, it's a movie, but it's kind of like a music video. I'm just gonna show it. It's the Murder Was the Case soundtrack.
Well, that's the soundtrack.
Yeah, but it is a soundtrack, but it's not like a nigga want to play like, oh, it's not a movie, it's a music video, but it's a soundtrack. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack. Just like Streets is Watching. That was like they had a soundtrack for that long form video movie.
Oh, that's another one I could have picked though, but
yeah, I don't got that one either. I need to get that soundtrack, but
yeah,
that was that Murder Case definitely a classic soundtrack.
For real, like I love Above the Rim soundtrack.
Yes.
The Gridlock soundtrack was dope, but
this
is my personal favorite Death Row soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got like some of Death Row's finest, like Jewel with the cover of Harvest for the World, the cover of the Isley Brothers song.
Right.
Snoop Doggy Dogg with Who Got Some Gangster Shit with Lil Style, Dog Pound, Young Swoop, motherfucking Sam Snead with You Better Recognize.
I love that song. You Better Recognize? Oh man.
Yes.
Fire.
Jodeci come up to my room. Nate
Yes.
Dogg one more. Oh, and this is what pisses me off about Death Row
Mm.
Records to this day.
No.
When I listen to soundtracks like Murder Was the Case or Above the Rim, imagine if Rage's album came out or Sam Snead's album came out or
Right.
people like that. But then, you know, Suge Knight was just all up on Tupac's ass or just getting himself in trouble. Hold up.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention Come When I Call Danny Boy.
Yeah.
One of DJ Quick's best beats on that one, too. I mean,
Right.
yeah, very dope soundtrack. I love this shit.
I actually heard the unreleased album from Sam Snead on YouTube. They have it, the Street Scholar.
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah,
too.
that's on YouTube. Actually, that's a dope album. That would have definitely sold if it came out back in '94. And at that time, I think Suge Knight was managing Jodeci and Mary J. Blige.
Yep, he
Or he
was.
was like, I remember reading that in the newspaper, like he was like co-managing them or something.
Yeah, because around that time, and a lot of people kind of don't mention this, but this was kind of what really started like the Puffy Suge Knight beef
Right,
because you know Puffy he was working with Mary J. Blige, Jodeci because
right,
they were all signed to Uptown.
yeah,
But I want to say around that time they were kind of having problems with their management because they wanted to do different things,
mm,
and so they got infiltrated with Suge Knight. And you know if you listen
right,
to the Diary of a Mad Band album, it pretty much has a very death row-ish kind of sound too. Because you know
yeah, yeah,
Devontae was working a lot with a lot of death row artists around that time too. So
right.
and as far as the Mary J.
That,
Blige,
that's my favorite Jodeci album too. The Diary of a Madman.
same. The album is
Love
like
that
top
album.
top 20 R&B albums, man. Top 20.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, we still need to do that top 100 R&B albums or top 50.
I'm down for that. I'm definitely down for it. Whenever you're ready, I'll make my list out.
Okay, we might do that 2020 because I might take a little break early January,
Cool.
little break from YouTube and
Okay.
shit like that, like I always do. But
Right.
yeah, man, because I got like a lot of dope ideas I want to put forth to the table next week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
When is the
but
Tina Turner review?
that was actually what I was going to mean to talk to y'all about because I
Mm,
originally was going to do it Sunday, but I have to do something because it's my sister's birthday on Sunday. So
okay. So
y'all trying to do it Monday night?
that's cool. Monday's cool for me.
What about you, Ash? Oh shit, still fucked up. Let me text her. Yeah, cause I was talking to
Should I send her the link again? Oh, she's right there. You hear us, Ashley?
yeah, Ash, you good?
I don't hear-
I think she low on
I see
signal.
it, but I don't hear.
I'm gonna text her.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was actually gonna say because I also want to also talk about the Whispers It Just Gets Better with
Mm,
Time album in '87.
okay.
Cause this whole week, man, I'm telling you, the end of semester, I'm finally glad everything's over. Got
Right,
time
right.
for his music, got time to work on his thesis and shit.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. Ash says, you want to try to send it? She said, nah.
Yeah, we just about done anyway, so
Okay.
you know.
I bet, yeah, because
But
other than that, that's
mm,
all my soundtracks too.
yes, I had others like Sunset Park. I didn't put that on the list. That's a good soundtrack, but I didn't feel like it. That might have made it if it was like longer. If it was like top 15, top 20. You
Oh
know.
yeah, I had some other soundtracks I was gonna list too. Like
Right. I
I
had
want
The Wiz soundtrack with Diana and Michael. I didn't put that on there.
facts.
You
You
know, the Roots soundtrack, the Quincy Jones album. I didn't
know,
put that
ooh,
on. There's a couple, but I felt like this was like the best one. Even the State Property when I made it, but then when I was thinking about the Saturday Night Fever one, I'm like, well, gotta put that on there. So I wasn't sure if the State Property album was considered a soundtrack or not. So it was like my number 10 on there.
true, true. Yeah,
You
man.
know.
I also want to give a slight mention to the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yes,
Yeah, that
that's
was actually a
underrated
dope.
too.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this was a dope idea, though. Dope idea.
Sure. You know,
Shit.
definitely loved it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always putting out that
I'm
good.
not doing. I'm not doing no more of vids till the new year. Like I got like some other shit. Well, I want to do the CD haul, but other than that, everything else will be like for next year. So
All right, bad, bad. I got a few more heat I want to give out and shit
oh
like that.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And this was great. It was great like for like the whole year, like for like these past months to like do these dope reviews with you and have Ashley come on and Lady Soak and I have fun, man. Like discussing all of these other albums is definitely dope and I want to thank people for checking out the videos and liking them and definitely have fun. I'm definitely going to continue to do this in the new year too.
Facts, bro. Facts.
You know,
All right.
I'm doing Justin Timberlake. I have to do Justin Timberlake discography next year. It's a must. I will be doing that. This is discography.
Oh Lord.
And his ass is in trouble right now. So it's fitting. It sounds fitting to talk about Justin while his ass is in trouble right now. So
Wait, he said his ass is in trouble.
yeah, he cheated on Jessica Biel
Yeah, I heard about that shit.
with the chick from Raising Dion, that Netflix show.
Wow.
Alicia White, I think that's her name. They're doing a movie together, and supposedly they were seen in public holding hands and making out. And Jessica Biel is still wearing her wedding ring, and she wants to work it out with him. And I'm like, yeah, let me talk about Justin Timberlake for the new year. Then you know,
All right, good luck with that, bro.
I expect big views for that because right he hot right now, so he might want to drop an apology album or something. Do his own version of Lemonade or something.
Shit.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah. I got it. I got it. I said I was gonna do it this year, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait till next year to do it. Cause there's still some albums that I don't have from him yet, and I would like to like when I do like these discographies, I want to like do it with like the physical copy in my hand. So the Roots joint we could do whenever because I got like well I don't got Illadelph, but I got like a lot of the stuff after that though.
True, true.
You know,
Yeah, I only got Do You Want More in Philadelphia right now too, so I
right?
understand.
Yeah, do you want more? I don't got that one. I gotta get those two. But more like the stuff after, I got like some of those albums. There's some of those albums I don't want though, but we'll talk about that when we do the Roots discography.
All right, bet.
You
Hey,
know,
I'm gonna let my webcam charge and shit and stuff like that. You know
all
what I'm
right,
saying? All right,
all right,
nice
cool.
talking to you, bro. Nice video.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks. Hit me up, after.
I got you. Peace.
All right, peace.